Hi everyone, this is Beth and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I've been playing with some new products, making some Valentine's cards. And today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful Valentine's card. I'm going to use a different color scheme, but we're going to put it together identically to how this one is. And we're using this paper, which is a free product if you place an order of I think it's $60 or more. You get to choose from a variety of different things. This particular one is called Bloom Impressions, and I almost didn't get it because I wasn't impressed with the pictures that they had of it, but my goodness, I am so thrilled with it. It's just gorgeous, and lots of potential for different ways that you can use it with the Stampin' Up! Cardstock. So let's get started. This is the stamp set that we're going to be using. This particular heart stamp, and this set comes with some coordinating dies. I'll just open it up and show you. It comes with this heart die, and then just a variety of stamps with some fun sentiments. And this is also a free product if you place an order of $120. So I always wait until this time of year and buy a bunch of supplies, and then I end up getting free products. So today we're going to be using this particular set of paper. And you're going to need, if you want to follow along using some of your own cardstock and pretty paper, you're going to need a piece that is 5.5 inches, actually two pieces that are 5.5 inches by 1 inch of coordinating paper, and then a piece that is 1/2 inch by 5.5 inches, and then just a plain piece of cardstock that is 5.5 inches by 3 inches. Of course, you'll need a card base. I have just cut one down from cardstock, a half a sheet of cardstock folded in half. So, and then we're going to start off though, I'm going to show you how I made these hearts. So, I'm just going to need some scraps of paper. I'm going to use the small Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because I like this because it fits neatly on my desk. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So we're going to end up cutting each of these pieces of paper. We're going to cut twice, so 2 hearts for each. And with the smaller machine, it works best if you stagger your plates. I have had a hard time breaking this machine in. It takes a while for it to grab the plates, but then it works just fine. But it works better if you stagger the plates. So we're going to use this middle piece, and then I'm going to use my take your pick tool to just poke these holes to help it release the little frame. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with this piece. All right, I actually just realized I didn't need to make so many. All right, so this one is going to go on this one, and then we're going to put this one on this one. And I'll just use these for another card. I don't know what I was thinking. Now, to give these some stability and to help hold them together, I'm just going to punch out with my heart punch just a piece of white cardstock. Or I could just cut it out, cut a heart out. If you didn't have a punch, you could just cut a heart out with scissors, but it just goes faster for me to start with a punch. And then what I'm going to do is just trim off this little extra here at the top. So that it kind of is the same size. Okay. And I'm just going to use some Tombow liquid glue, and I'm going to put it all over, and especially up here on the edges. Just a small amount of it. You don't want glue to be squishing out. And then that just goes right on top of there. And then you're going to take your little leaf heart frame and put them into the negative spaces, like as if they're a puzzle piece. And the glue that you put onto that white base piece is going to grab onto them and hold it all in place. So there you have it. So pretty. This card goes together really easily and it's so beautiful. There's a little bit of fussing with this step, but it's really worth it. So there's that one. Isn't that just gorgeous? I love it. It's so delicate. All right, now something that I did ahead of time was cut out this word love, and I used a die that, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you might have this, or you might just have the word love in your stash. If not, you could stamp it if you have the word love in a stamp form, and then cut it out. But what I did was I cut it out 3 different times, twice in thick cardstock, and then once in this glimmer paper, and then I glued them together. So I didn't want to do that while I was videoing, because it's just time consuming and just real fussy. So let me show you what the glimmer paper that I used looks like. I just cut little pieces of this. This is a Stampin' Up! Product, which I use a little bit of it here and there. It just adds a nice amount of bling to my cards. So next we're going to stamp this part right here, which is kind of like the foliage, the leaves. And I'm using that heart stamp from the heart-shaped stamp set, which is a free stamp set during Celebration. Celebration goes from the beginning of January through the end of February. So you still have time to get in on this while supplies last. Last time I checked, it is still in stock. And we're going to be using Summer Splash, which is a new in color this year, which I absolutely love. It's a very cheerful color. I'm just going to set things up a bit here to make sure that we have everything centered right. Let me use this side because it's inches. So what I did was I just kind of lined it up along the edge, and held it down with a sticky note, and then found the center of this piece of paper, which is 5.5 inches wide. And then just kind of put your little heart shapes down how you think you want them to go. And we're going to do a technique that's called hover and stamp. So we're just going to ink up our stamp set and hover over where we're planning to stamp. And then I'm going to take those pieces out of the way and then stamp. Okay. So that's gonna go right there. We'll just repeat that process. Put them back in place. Then hover, hold it where you want it, stay put, and then stamp. And then what we're going to do is just add some fullness to this, because if you notice when you put these down, you almost can't see any of that foliage. It kind of gets covered up. So we're just going to build it out a little bit. I'm going to actually stamp off of this, and I'm just going to put ink on the top part of my stamp and just kind of stamp a little bit higher. Do that on the other side. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp a little bit lower over on this edge. So I'm just inking up this side of my stamp now. And we're just going to kind of bring it down a little bit lower. Like that. And then we'll do it to the other side. I'm going to ink up this side now. That. And that's going to go on there like this, and this on this side. We're just going to glue those into place. And I'll be right back. Alright, so I actually decided that I wasn't going to glue these with liquid glue. I decided I'm going to put them up on dimensionals because I think that's going to add a little bit of shadow and help them to, I don't know, just be more noticeable on the page. Give them a little more dimension. The other card that I made, I glued it down and I felt like it kind of gets lost. The heart shape kind of gets lost in the foliage. So this one I need to be careful not to put a dimensional up in this part because it's just going to lay directly on that other heart. So I'm going to put my finger there to remind me not to put a dimensional there. And just stick it down and then layer the other one on top of it. And I think that kind of helps them to pop off the page a little bit more. And then this is just going to lay up there on the top. We are going to glue that down with liquid glue. And I'm going to use my precision tip glue bottle, which I've just taken and filled with the Tombow glue. Less is better of this stuff because it kind of dries a bit sticky. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, now all that's left is to assemble the card and put our little embellishments on. We're going to be using the tiny bee embellishments, which are new in the mini catalog that just came out. They're one of my favorite things in that catalog. I've been using them. I'm putting them on everything. So I'm just going to run a narrow bead of glue along this top edge. And then just line this up. You want about a little more than a 1/16 of an inch. Not quite an 1/8 of an inch, just a tiny bit showing. And then do the same thing on the other side. Make sure I have it straight before I press everything down. Here we go. It's looking really pretty. And then these just go on the top and bottom edge. All right. Now, just glue this down. I could use the seal adhesive, but I tend to like this a little better when you have to line up your edges exactly, where you don't want to have anything hanging over the edge, because you have a little bit of time to wiggle things into place with this liquid glue. And nothing can be more disappointing than getting the front of your card on crooked when you've worked so hard to make it pretty, and then you get it on crooked. It's very disappointing. So the liquid glue is really helpful to give you time to work. I'm just going to open it up and use my bone folder to kind of squish that glue around and make sure everything is sticking down. So there's almost the final product. We're going to just add some of these little fun tiny bee trinkets. And we just need 3 of them. They're really hard to pick up, so I'm going to use my sticky tool. Stampin' Up! Also has a sticky tool. This one I just got at, I think I got this at Michael's or some craft store. This is also a sticky end. It's got like this gummy stuff, but it's not quite strong enough to pick up these big trinkets. So all that you do is just put a dot, the tiniest little dot of glue where you want your bees to go. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. All right, so I'm back. I had some technical difficulties there, so everything got cut off short. But here's the finished card, and I just love it. I can't wait to decide who I'm going to give this to for Valentine's Day. I want to show you where in the catalog some of these items that I used are. So this is the Celebration catalog. You can get to all of these products online. Just go to the specials tab, and then you'll see the Celebration items are there. But we used this paper right here. And I've made a whole bunch of different cards out of this paper already. So much fun. And then we used this stamp set and dies. Here are a couple of other cards I just happen to have sitting here that I made with this paper. And I also used, oh, these just make me so happy. They're so pretty. I also used a pack in the mini catalog. This pack right here has such beautiful imagery in it, and you can make very simple cards just with paper, and it's already stamped out for you. So all you do, you just need paper and glue and just make these beautiful cards with that. So I hope that gave you some inspiration, and reach out to me if you have any questions about these products. I'll be happy to help you order them. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'll be glad to be your demonstrator. So yeah, reach out to me if you have any questions, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.